And her head falls off. Her head falls off. She's like, can you give me some head? And it's like, how did that get past the censors? Can you give me some head? Are you kidding me? Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content on my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
We interrupt this program to bring you Courage, the Cowardly Dog Show, starring Courage, the Cowardly Dog.
We'll go ahead and get into my review for Courage the Cowardly Dog, chat, episode 4, I believe. In this two-parter chat, we're going to be doing two reviews for the episode. We have The Demon in the Mattress, chat, Demon in the Mattress, and Freaky Fred, probably my favorite episode of Courage Cowardly Dog, chat. Love the character of Freaky Fred. But first, chat, we must get to The Demon in the Mattress, chat. We open up on the Eustace Bad farmstead, chat. Muriel, she's none too happy, chat. She's moaning and she's groaning, chat. Like, what's up with Muriel, chat? It's the mattress, chat. That mattress has been used by Muriel and Eustace Bad for goddamn decades, chat. That's where they consummated their marriage, chat, in that very bed. There's a lot of history. There was a lot of stains within that mattress, chat, and it's old. It's just, and you should replace your mattress. Isn't it like every 6 years or something like that? You should replace your mattress, or if not sooner. Isn't it like 5? I think it might even more than that. I know mattresses are expensive. I think it's every 6 years. I'm pretty sure it's every 6 years. But this thing has years, chat. Years and a copious amounts of bodily fluids for decades. Now is the time. Now is the time to switch this up. They have fucking springs coming on him. Eustace doesn't give a shit. He sleeps in his own fucking filth and jism for all time. He doesn't give a damn shit. He's disgusting. He doesn't know what the hell is going on anymore, pretty much. He's in the throes of dementia. But Muriel, she's also in the throes of dementia at this point. He's like, I can't sleep in this goddamn thing, Eustace. First thing tomorrow, we got to get a new mattress. And Eustace is like, fuck, it's going to cost money. And Eustace, he's, this is back in the day, chat, with the internet. I mean, the internet was already being used in people's homes. We started getting our first computer. I remember getting my first computer, like, 2000? Maybe it was when my family got a computer, 2001. It was around that time. And it was the family computer, chat. And so looking up the hot, sexy porno. No. Not for little 10-year-old Chris. Certainly not. But Eustace, he's using the newspaper, chat. That's what people usually used to look at to find certain things. And he looks up like all these mattresses and things, and they're all so goddamn expensive. But he sees like a pretty goddamn good deal. He's like, Muriel, this one. And she says, that looks pretty good. And Courage looks at the ad, and it's the fucking most horrifying ad you can imagine, chat. You have a weird, deformed, like, I don't know, muskrat creature and like a cat or something. Like a rat, too. And Courage is like, that's fucked up. We shouldn't use that. We shouldn't buy it from there. Muriel's like, no, I want to buy it from there. It's cheap, and apparently it looks pretty goddamn good. And so she calls up, she takes the number, chat, she calls, and they answer. She goes, hi, my name is, like, oh, we know that you were always destined to call us Muriel Bad. And Kurt is like, whoa. He hears this chat, he goes on the other line, picks up the phone, listens in the conversation. She goes, yes, I would like to buy this particular mattress. And he's like, I've heard it's very, oh, yes, Muriel. It's so smooth to the touch. And Kurt is like, oh, this is literally fucking creepy. And she is, but I wanted to know, is it also, it's firm, but also so soft. Kurt is like, oh, God, I don't like this. And she's like, well, Muriel, we can bring it over this very hour. And she's like, oh, that's fantastic. How much do I owe? She's like, you came in. We're going to treat you right, Muriel. You just called right now. It's our special of the day. You're our first customer. You're going to get this mattress for free. She says, oh, that's lovely. And Grace's like, this sounds pretty fucking weird, man. And, we cut to the factory, the hovel, the weird anti-devil worshipping chamber of this weird fucking muskrat and cat chat. And they have this mattress soaked in in ghost protoplasm, chat, just soaked in ghost protoplasm. They dry it off and they take it to their horse and buggy, being driven by a hell beast, chat. They were complete with whip, and they're whipping this fucking thing as they're going to the bad farmstead, chat. And Courage is like, oh, it looks pretty bad. And they deliver said mattress. And then, and Muriel's looking, Eustace and Muriel, they're too old to, do it themselves. So the fucking evil-looking muskrat thing and the kitty cat, they're carrying this thing up the goddamn stairs. And the fucking kitty cat looks at Kurt and goes, oh, it's just fucking horrifying. And they take this up the goddamn stairs, shit, put it up there. And Eustace is like, there you go. She's got her fucking mattress. And he stays downstairs. Shit, reads his newspaper. Muriel, she goes up there, and the fucking kitty cat and the fucking rat monster, they leave. They go, they scare Courage a bit. And he's like, oh, and they the horse carriage, and they take off. And Muriel is just like, Courage, I'm going to go take a wee nap. She goes up there. Courage is like, no, don't go up there. Don't sleep up there. But, she's like, Courage, please leave me alone. I haven't had a good night's sleep in weeks. And she goes up there, chat, locks the goddamn door. And she takes a nice little weave. Courage is fucking terrified. He's like, I just don't trust this thing. And, he goes down there. He tries to get Eustace to go up there and protect Muriel. Eustace is like, stupid dog. He fucking kicks Courage and shit. He goes, oh, poor fucking Courage, shit. Always dealing with physical abuse by Eustace. But he goes back up there, chat. And the whole fucking room is just glowing like neon goddamn green. He looks at the fucking keyhole and he sees, chat, he sees a substance going inside of Muriel's orifices, chat. It's going up her nose, going to her ears, going everywhere, chat. Curtis is like, whoa! And she's lifted up into the goddamn air, chat. And she's like, whoa! He's like, whoa! And he fucking opens the he fucking struggles to open the door, chat, until he finally busts in. He kicks down that goddamn door. He doesn't want anything to happen to Muriel. He loves Muriel, chat. She always takes care of him. And he's like, Muriel? And he goes there, chat. She's like, hello, Courage. And he's like, are you okay? She's like, I'm fine. He goes, "Rah!" And it just scares him, chat. Scares him. Her hair has become like orange, bright orange, chat. It's waving in the goddamn air. Her skin has turned green. She has razor sharp teeth. And he just tries to eat him. Chat. He goes, oh. And he runs downstairs, tries to get you. She's like, Muriel, she's fucking crazy, man. She's fucking crazy. You gotta go up there. And Eustace is like, okay. And he goes up there with Courage, and they see Muriel just fucking sitting there and just looks at them, and her head just fucking turns around. They're like, whoa. They're both scared. Eustace is like, Muriel, what's wrong with you? And her head falls off. She's like, can you give me some head? And it's like, how did that get past the censors? Can you give me some head? Are you kidding me? These goddamn censors, chat. These goddamn censors. And they're like, oh! And they run downstairs. And Courage, he's like, I gotta go do some research about this thing. Goes to the fucking sarcastic computer chat. Asks Jeeves. Remember Ask Jeeves chat? It was a search engine back in the day. And he types in, how do I do with I need an exorcist. And the computer's just like, hold on. No exorcists available. He goes, oh, how do I perform an exorcist? And reads up all this information. You gotta do an incantation. You need a flowing robe. All this shit. And he goes, okay. And also you need a big hat. He goes downstairs. He's like, well, I gotta do it. Eustace gotta do it. He's human. And so he gives all this shit to Eustace, and he gives like a bonnet that Muriel usually wears to bed. Eustace puts it on his head, gives him one of Muriel's dresses. He wears that. He says, you gotta say this too. And Eustace is like, Hubbabaloo, Timbuktu? And George is like, yeah, you nailed it. And he goes, okay. And he goes back upstairs, where Muriel is just sitting there in her own fucking mess, chat. She's pissing and shitting all over the goddamn place and just throwing it around the walls and everything. And Eustace is like, you let go of my wife, Hellbeast. She's like, ha 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 ha. And he's like, okay, Timbuk Bob Hubble Bibble. And he's just fucking failing. Courage is like, oh no. And the ghost just projectile vomits all over Eustace, chat. It's just going inside. It's going inside him. He's eating the own vomit. He's like, ah, just going inside him and shit. And he just fucking leaves. He's like, fuck this. I'm gonna get out of here. Courage is like, I gotta do this myself. And so Courage, he goes up there. And he's prepping the incantation things. He puts on the whole get up and everything. Eustace is like, I'm gonna solve this the old-fashioned way. He gets his fucking double-barrel shotgun, chat. He's gonna blow Muriel away, chat. Like, not literally, but no, literally, not sexually, chat. Literally, not sexually. And so he goes up there, chat. He cocks a goddamn shotgun, and he's like, we have good times, Muriel, but you gotta go. But before we can do this, Chat, Courage fucking busts on in, and he starts doing the goddamn incantation. And, this frees the demon hell spirit inside of Muriel, but it needs a host, Chat. And so it goes inside the various orifices of Eustace, Chat, and possesses him. And he's about to attack Muriel and Courage, but Courage is like, fuck this. And he fucking grabs the shotgun and just smashes it over Eustace's head, knocks him out, and he wraps Eustace inside the mattress. Muriel calls the weird meerkat creature and the cat, says, we hate your fucking mattress, take it back. And they take the mattress, Chat, with Eustace inside, and they send it off back to hell, Chat. They send it off back to hell, and Eustace is burned alive along with the evil spirit. And that, my friends, is Courage the Cowardly Dog, at least part one of that episode, part one of Courage the Cowardly Dog, Chat. Now we're on to Freaky Fred, Chat, and I love this part of the episode. The poltergeist, or excuse me, the Exorcist parody is great, but I love the character of Freaky Fred because everything he says is like a rhyme. He has this like really demented, creepy nursery rhymes, how he refers to himself and other people. It's wonderful. Muriel is, Eustace, they're prepping for their nephew who's coming to visit. And Courage has never met Freaky Fred before. Muriel loves him, but Eustace fucking despises the guy. He's just fucking weird. Eustace just explains the guy's a barber, a creepy fucking barber. Every time he shaves you or cuts your hair, he takes the hair from you. And Courage is like, whoa, he's very scared about that. Doesn't want to deal with that, yeah. And he's like, and he's gonna be here today, stupid dog. And Muriel, she doesn't know. She's like, I love him, man. He's so kind to me. And then we cut to Freaky Fred, Chat. And so many this became an internet meme. This is one of the OG internet memes I remember back in the day, Chat. His goddamn quotes are so funny to me. And where we cut to this bus, there's no passengers on. Doesn't seem to be, there's only, I guess there's one driver. There's one driver there, Chat, and there's only one passenger, and that is Freaky Fred. And this is how he introduces himself. The whole episode is narrated by him, Chat, but he says, the words you hear are in my head. I said, my name is Fred, and I've been very naughty. And like he just says all these little rhymes, but it always ends with, I've been very naughty. And it's like, fuck. The only episode it's legitimately creepy. It's this is the one I'm like, kids might be really creeped out by this. I don't know people would like this. But eventually, the fucking bus driver drops him off there, and he's just standing out there like this, just staring at the house. And Courage looks at the windows like, this guy's fucking insane. He's just standing there. And Muriel's like, oh, it's Fred. And she goes, Fred, come here. And Fred's like, hello, Auntie. I've been very, very naughty. And she's like, oh, I don't mind that. Come inside. He's like, thank you. And, she sits Fred right down. And Courage is just like, what the fuck is with this guy? He doesn't know. It's like he's encountered all sorts of things. He's encountered alien chickens. He's encountered hell beasts and monsters. He's encountered a psychopathic, sociopathic cat that feeds his victims to giant spiders, Chat. He dealt with an exorcism, Bigfoot, but he is never an abusive farmer. But he's never seen something like Fred before. He's just like, I'm trying to understand this guy. And, she's like, Courage, why don't you go sit next to Fred? And Courage is like, oh, okay. And he just sits right next to him, Chat, and Fred's just staring ahead until he goes, he's just staring ahead, and he goes, hello, puppy. And he goes, oh, you must be Courage. My name is Fred. I like the hair on your head. I should let you know that I've been very, very naughty. And Courage is like, what the fuck, man? Help me, Chris Hansen, help, pretty much. We need Chris Hansen this episode, Chat. And Eustace, I love this. Editing for comedy. Eustace, he's walking across the living room because he was doing something in the back, working on the car or something, the pickup truck. And Muriel's like, oh, Eustace, why don't you say hi to Fred? And Eustace, looks at, Freaky Fred's just staring ahead and he goes, right at fucking Eustace. And it just immediately hard cut to Eustace and he goes, hey. And he just goes ahead and he sits right in between Courage and Freaky Fred just standing there. And Freaky Fred's just like, what are my accommodations? What are my accommodations like, Auntie Muriel? And she's like, oh, let me get your bedroom ready. She goes upstairs, and now it's this fucking Fred and Eustace and Courage. And Freaky Fred, he looks Eustace up and down, just like observing him, and he goes, no, you won't do. But you, puppy, you'll do very nicely. You look so sweet, so hairy, pink puffy fur. But I must warn you, I've been very naughty. And Courage's like, oh! He was just like, why don't we go help Fred up to his room? You know what, Fred? You need a shower. You stink. And he shows the bathroom to Fred, and Courage is right behind him. And Fred, he goes inside. He's looking around and all this shit, just like head going. He's like, his body doesn't move. His head's the only thing that moves. His body is always just fucking standing still, but his head's the only thing that moves around. It's this fucking weird animation thing. And Eustace, he looks at Courage, and he fucking grabs Courage and just throws him in there. And he locks the goddamn door. He locks the door, and he breaks the fucking key off of the door. He goes, you're just being an asshole. And you go, and Courage's like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? And Muriel goes, where's Fred, Eustace? And he goes, I think he got locked in the bathroom. That damn lock, Muriel. And she's like, well, can't you open it? He's like, no, I need new tools. She's like, well, why don't you go get new tools? And I'm going to wait here for him. I'll wait outside the door. And he's like, okay. And he fucking spends the rest of the episode, Chad. This is the one episode where Eustace and Muriel are not affected by Fred. This is the one where Eustace actually survives. Eustace has the best day of his life. He relaxes at the beach. He reads his fucking newspaper, like in the park. He goes to the movies and watches a great comedy or some shit. He enjoys himself. Muriel is just fucking knitting and watching TV and baking, while fucking Fred is just being very, very naughty. And Courage's like, oh! And Courage starts to notice certain things about Fred. He has a wristband on, chat. He's just apparently it was from the asylum, and he's not supposed to be out there. And he's like, it's like got a goddamn bracelet. And Courage is like, oh, and for this section, Courage is always trying to read the phone number so he can call the asylum so they can get Fred back there. That's what this whole thing is. And Fred just starts talking about his entire past, about how it's like, oh, when I was a young lad, how I loved to cut and shave. Oh, the hair. When it was upon a person's head, it just made me feel so very naughty. And he just grabs fucking Courage. He can't help himself, chat. He has a hair fetish. Not even hair fetish. He has a hair fetish, but he likes to shave everything off. And he grabs fucking Courage, chat. And he grabs his goddamn electric shaver, chat, razor, and he just starts fucking taking all the hair off Courage, while Courage is just struggling to survive in here. Thank you, by the way. Thank you so much. Who is this new follower, Huckleberry Chat? Wear tag, thank you for the follow. You might Huckleberry and my new Grinch. We like Grinches here. And, Courage at this point is like, fuck it, man. Courage just literally tries to drown himself to get away. He hides in the toilet. And he's like, silly little pup. The toilet is no place to be. Don't you know that you're being very, very naughty? And eventually he pretty much shaves all of Courage's hair off at this point. And Courage, he finally gets the number, though, and he calls it. I think there's a phone in the bathroom. And he has like a giant, 90s era cell phone. He calls, and he's like, oh, my God, when are these guys going to get here? Where's Eustace? Where's Muriel? And we cut to what they're always doing at this point. Thankfully, the police arrive, and the medical experts and the orderlies from the asylum arrive. And they break through the goddamn door, and they arrest, and they take Fred away. Muriel, who's in the throes of dementia, has no idea that her nephew is fucking insane and has a hair fetish and doesn't seem to notice that Courage has also been shaved completely. And we end the episode. It's like, oh, what a sweet, sweet trip this was, spending with my aunt and uncle. And oh, Courage, sweet, lovable, furry Courage. How I love you. Forgive me for being so naughty. But he's left a little message. She left a little message for Courage and for Eustace and Muriel, and scrawled on Courage's butt. He has written in hair. It says, "With love from Fred. And that, my friends, that is Freaky Fred, and that is Courage the Cowardly Dog, episode 4, chat. Loved it. Well, it looked like I'm going to therapy. It's so fucking... I remember when I first saw this, like, oh my God, this is weird. It's so disturbing. Fred appears in only 2 more episodes of the series, but they're great. Legitimately great. Where Courage is like, oh, fuck, not this guy again. But he's my favorite villain in the entire series, Shed. He's just so goddamn good. Remember this? Yeah, it's a great episode, big homie. This was the creepiest one. I think this might be one of the creepiest ones, because it's not like Fred. It's just the way it. Honestly, it's the voice. I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. The guy who does Fred's voice is absolutely incredible. Also, it's like a parody of Sweeney Todd. That's what it is. Let me go ahead and let's give respect to the voice actor for Fred, because he did a terrific job. I've been so naughty. Let's see here, chat. Freaky Fred. Paul Schaffler. Paul Schaffler, chat. He does a ton of voices for Courage the Cowardly Dog. Canadian voice actor provides many of the voices of Courage the Cowardly Dog. So he does Cats, he does LeQuack, he does Fred, he does the Goose God, does the Snowman, does the Cajun Fox. He does a lot of these people, chat. The Evil Carrot. He does a lot of voices. So he's nailed it. Absolutely nailed it, chat. But I hope you enjoyed that review. Hope you've been enjoying these Courage the Cowardly Dog reviews, chat. It's been fun to go back and watch this series. Gleeving 100 biddies. Love these reviews. Thank you. And I'm glad you like them so much. Thank you, Gleeving 100 biddies. I will be moving on. Next week, I'll take a break from Courage, and I'll do some more Infinity Train episodes. We're currently still in Season 1, so I'll be, retelling the adventures of Tulip Olson, 1-1, and Atticus, the Corgi King, chat, and covering the mystery of the Infinity Train. Are they going to find the conductor, chat? Maybe. Thank you, Alex Bernal, for the 10 biddies. Appreciate that. No, guys, thank you for the support. I hope you guys all have been really enjoying these reviews. It's so much fun. I actually let Fred out. Well, actually enjoyed the 2 reviews tonight, man. Really great reviews. Thank you. Naughty. Grim, what I love about this episode is that the barber didn't do anything wrong. It's just the power of perception. Maybe, but I mean, the Courage didn't want to have his hair cut. But yeah, it's just how he tells it. That's what makes it so disturbing. Fred does escape later on in the series. He does escape. Love the Courage con. Thank you. Stranger danger, stranger danger. No, I'll be going back to the Courage someday, chat. No question. I like to do some of these episode reviews in chunks. So I'll be doing typically at least 3 episodes of a particular series back to back to back. So you have some consistency. It's it kind of flows and you get familiar with it. Then I'll move on to the next one. So probably Infinity Train, chat. I'll do that next, and Gravity Falls again. Then I'll do Harley Quinn. Then we have DuckTales and X-Men Evolution. I know you guys want me to get back to X-Men Evolution, or Evolution, as some of you guys say. Thank you, James. Thank you. But now, my friends, we shall move on to the single-player gameplay shenanigans chat in Cyberpunk 2077.